Right? How's it going? No? Oh, okay. Multi-dimensional security. Here you go. You're welcome. Hello, welcome back, or if you're new here then just hello. I've had this one sat on the shelf for a while now, and seeing as the camera I planned on replacing now needs charging, it makes sense just to do it, and it's not currently down or freezing cold. I'm replacing the SoloCam S340 with this one for no other reason other than, well, I don't know. I don't really have a reason. But in all seriousness, the only reason I am swapping is to get that sexy added pan and tilt. If you watch my channel, not sure why you would know I am a fan of Eufy, and in the past they have sent me things to play with for free, but this one I purchased myself. That's right, I bought it with the help of you guys and Amazon affiliates, so thank you very much. Regardless of my like for Eufy products, I promise to always give it to you straight. That's what she said. At time of scripting this video, this will set you back £179.99 Great British pounds, and you'll find a link for this in the video description down below. Thanks. This camera is part of Eufy's Dual series, along with the floodlight cam video up here, the dual doorbell, this one, and the S340 indoor cam, which unfortunately I haven't got. As you saw with the intro, this range apparently unlocks multi-dimensional protection. So does this camera warrant the 71% of 5 stars on Amazon? Let's start by diving into the box and seeing what we get. The first thing out is the solar panel, which has an attached Type-C cable. Beneath this we have a Type-A to Type-C charge cable, and then a Type-C extension cable, which is meant for the solar panel. Next we have a little bag of gumph, also known as a user manual, some plugs and screws, a plastic articulating arm for the solar panel, and then the bracket for mounting the camera. We then have the main unit itself, which measures 8.7 by 8.7 by 12 centimeters and weighs 630.49 grams. That's your unboxing done. As the name of this camera states, this has 2 cameras. One 3K wide angle lens, which offers a 2880 by 1620 resolution, and one 2K telephoto lens that offers a 2304 by 1296 resolution. It also touts an 8x hybrid zoom, which means it's optical for 3x and then the rest is digital. And the point of having dual cameras, other than just a marketing gimmick, from what I can gather, is you get a live view of everything, just to save your little fingers from needing to pinch and zoom. It supports 2.4 GHz Wi-Fi only, and I'll let you know how it gets on with my mixed 2.4 and 5 GHz in testing. Just 2 hours of sunshine a day will apparently keep this camera powered indefinitely via its solar panel and lithium-ion battery, but because it is battery powered, this one cannot record 24/7. When it does record, however, you can utilize the 8GB onboard storage when using it as a standalone device, or when paired with the Homebase 3, it can utilize that for all its storage needs. And speaking of the Homebase, it is only compatible with version 3, nothing else. It has on-device AI for human and vehicle detection, and when paired with the Homebase 3, can utilize all that the bionic mind has to offer. It has an IP65 water resistant rating, so perfect for here in the UK, and has everything else you would expect from a security camera, such as night vision, color night vision via 100 lumen spotlight, motion detection zones, and among other things, 2-way audio. So without further ado, here is what 3K and 2K footage from this camera looks and sounds like. Final thing for me to mention at this stage is that it's compatible with Mrs. A and Google Home. Still no Apple HomeKit support. It's not coming, in my opinion. Right, let's go get this set up and tested. First thing you want to do is put the camera on charge so it starts off with a fighting chance. As with all Eufy security products, you will need to grab Eufy Security from your app store of choice, and if you don't have an account, create one and get signed in. Click on the plus icon in the top right hand corner and then locate your device. You'll find this one under battery camera and solo cam S340. If you're fortunate to have more than one home, then well done you. Choose which one you're going to be adding it to before then choosing whether to add this as a standalone device or to be paired with your Homebase 3. Scan the QR code that you'll find on the back of the camera and then select your Homebase 3. Push and hold the sync button on the camera until you hear a beep and then click next. Scan the provided QR code with the camera itself and then allow it to connect to your network. I also checked this in standalone mode and it had no issues connecting directly to my mixed 2.4 and 5 GHz network. Next, you're going to want to choose a location and your preference of settings before skipping over all the instructions to move swiftly on to the physical setup. I wouldn't bother normally, but I would recommend using the drilling guide for your holes because there is no articulating arm on this camera. So if you're like me and have OCD, then you'll want your horizon to be straight. So sort that out and then tap in your plugs before securing the bracket with the provided screws. Secure the ball mount bracket on top of the camera if that's where you plan on placing the solar panel, and then screw on said panel and plug it in, obviously. All that's left to do now is push the camera onto the bracket where it clips into place. Easy peasy. Within the Eufy app, you can set up your preset positions to quickly and easily move the camera to a predefined area, a maximum of 4. I personally like to view both feeds at the same time, so you can change the display in settings, video settings, and then view mode. Also, with the recent update, the pan and tilt control no longer sits over the bottom image, which is much better. There are so many other things and settings within the app to make sure this camera behaves exactly how you want it to. So for more details on those, please check out one of my other Eufy videos. Right, let's start off with the installation, seeing as that's what you've just seen. Installing Eufy cameras isn't difficult. It's one of the main reasons I started using them in the first place. But if you are DIY challenged, like me, and you hate anything that requires these skills, simple tasks can soon become difficult, but not this time. I really like the simple push and clip process to mount this camera, especially when being up a high ladder. And although the app is still making you skip through various instructions during setup, it's still one of the smoothest processes out there. I am sadly disappointed not to see dual support for 2.4 and 5 GHz Wi-Fi on this camera like we do with the dual floodlight, but I guess you have to make some sacrifices for power when it's not a mains connected camera. As mentioned, this does have a spotlight which is at least the 100 lumens that was documented, and it also has a siren which measures. Normally I wouldn't use these, but I am considering them this time because this camera does not have the anti-theft feature that the S340 does, which is a shame because it's a really useful addition. The video feed loads in a good amount of time, but there is at least a good second or so delay on the live view, which doesn't sound like a lot, and to me it isn't. But when it's compared with some other brands, this is at the higher end. The image, to my normal human eyes, looks good when viewing on its own, but when next to the dual cam floodlight, I personally can clearly see the difference that having HDR on a camera makes to the overall image. So if you are used to the HDR image, then the feed from this one could potentially be perceived as subpar. Notifications from this camera in a local environment were rather slow in coming through to my phone, as you're seeing now, but when out and about and not locally connected on Wi-Fi, they seem to come through quicker. And why? I have absolutely no idea. This never used to be the case and is only a recent thing, so perhaps and hopefully this will be fixed with a future update. How long does the feed take when viewing it on Mrs. A?
Alexa, show front of house.
Okay.
Viewing historic clips with this camera is quick and easy and all displayed on a day-by-day basis, and it's even better when paired with the Homebase 3 because all recordings are curated into the events section of the app along with all of your other devices. The pan and tilt function is very smooth and you can adjust the speed of it in the settings, and it's quiet, not even registering on the dB meter. I'm personally interested to see how the battery is going to perform over a period of time with the added pan and tilt and the whole dual cameras, so I will keep you updated on this in the video notes down below. So is this worth the fairly hefty price tag? It is a lot of money, and Eufy have had their issues in the past. All brands have, but I honestly feel you get what you pay for with these. The physical unit is solid and well built, and the app is just awesome. It's extremely simple to use and navigate, and in my opinion it has all the settings a normal user would ever need. So the short answer is yes. In my opinion, this is worth the money. However, I will say if running a power cable isn't an issue for you and you have that extra £50 or so, I would personally recommend that you go for the Floodlight Dual Cam E340 video up here somewhere, because this camera is also awesome and it has that ability to record 24/7. So there you have it, the new dual cam. If you have any questions about it or anything else for that matter, then please do let me know in the comments box down below. And whilst you're down there, please do consider liking the video, even if you didn't. Subscribing if you aren't already, and hit the bell to get notified when I upload new videos, because it helps me get sent more free stuff, although I paid for this one, more free stuff to play with and make videos about. So yeah, thanks for that, and thank you for watching. Goodbye, internet.
Throw this chain on me, like they all hate on me. Don't bring that rage on me. Why they throwing shade on me, like they ashamed on me? I thought what it